What's going on, VC? Joaquin here. I hope everybody's doing well. Cheers to the weekend. Decided to put together a quick video for you because I'm going to be I'm going to go to the state of Kentucky and Tennessee for the next 2 weeks. So you will not see any content from me, at least for the next 2 weeks. So I decided to leave something out here. So you guys, if you're not familiar with it, have something new, in this case old, but it might be new to you, to dig in. Red shit. Actually, what I am, this video is inspired by a comment that I made on my previous video about my video on compilations. I made a statement that back in the day when I was a teen punk, I had mixed feelings about maximum rock and roll. Because in my mind, there were some reviews that came across as, I don't know, I just disagreed, I guess. And as a result of that, I'm going to share you a couple records that I know that at the time got pretty shitty reviews from Maximum Rock and Roll, but I think they survived the test of time. They might not be great. Maximum Rock and Roll back then, they probably were not too far from the truth, but let's take a look. I don't know if you guys can hear the music in the background because I'm recovering from a ear infection. My hearing is like at 30% tops. But in case you're hearing, let me show you what we're listening to. We're listening to the last album, the latest album by the Unknowns. You guys that have been following me for quite a while know how much I like this band. It's pretty good. There's a shift on the sound. It clearly adding on a more mainstream appeal. Nevertheless, it does rip. And I gotta give props to these guys because I did pre-order this record, and to be honest with you, I do not pre-order anything. I think the only bands that I pre-order something is this guy, Sloppy Seconds, and Ryan Kidd, until one of them puts out a record that disappoints me. It's not the case yet, so that's what you're listening in the background. All right, 10 records that are incredible, underrated. Starting one record that got a lot of heat. They did change the sound. This record, it feels like there was an attempt at the time to aim to a more broad audience rather than the punk hardcore fanatics. I'm talking about Shattered Faith Live. Came out in 1982. One side is live, the other side is studio. I can see his record when he came out not pleasing many. Some goofy ass lyrics here and there, but knowing what we know today, this record holds a particular melody and sound that does depict an era, and especially if you ever saw Shattered Faith live and you witnessed the dynamics of the band, everything, the baggage that comes with this band, it will be easier to understand this record. So I think this record is definitely underrated. It did get bad reviews, it sure did. It does have some killer tracks, fuck yeah it does. It's catchy. Deep dive in this, if you're not familiar with this, I'm pretty sure you will you will find some memorable deep cuts in here for sure. Yeah, I love, in particular, I like the live version here of Right Is Right. Shattered Faith. Doing this thing, death ain't easy. An absolutely ripper of a record. 1986 Tab Records. From Santa Monica. How in the world this record is not more celebrated, I don't know. This is an absolute banger of American hardcore UK 82 influence. This is amazing. Rigor mortis, the conveyed message. Doesn't sound like the cover, it might sound like the back cover. I think this picture of the band, for the ones that like to make connection with imagery and sounds, it'll be a good depiction of this, what this sounds. Just like straight up punk hardcore UK 82 influence, some memorable, metal catchy riffs here and there. I love this record. I think this record is an essential in any punk rock collection. This record, I should just say that this is probably the most underrated punk record from the 90s, and is by far, in my opinion, top 5 90s record ever made. This is from 1991, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1991. This is a banger. I know this record, I don't see this record being featured many times or at all. I think one of the reasons is because, as far as I know, it hasn't been available to stream, but this is a banger. As I said, this is, for me, is top 5 hands down. This particular record and Nausea, Extinction, those are like perfection punk made in the 90s. Those are like the ones you needed. Talk about Necrodia. Now I see clearly. Just punk hardcore, like politically driven or motivated sound. Even though they do not sound, just imagine something in, these will be for like Poison Idea and House Rotten fans, or Discharge fans. There's a lot that can be said about this record, but at the end of the day, it's one of those records that I have no doubt in my mind that anyone familiar with it loves it. Anyone that will put themselves through the test of listening to this for the very first time will be impressed, to say the least. And a banger. Top 5 for me, 90s albums, hands down. This record probably would make my 100 favorite records of all time. Absolutely rager right here. This is not a rager, but this is a pretty interesting record. 1977. This is the French edition of this record. I'm sharing this one because I do think it's underrated, and I'm going to tell you why. It's not a brilliant record. It's not. Some will say it's even punk exploitation, pretty stripped down 77 punk rock. Nothing very excited about it. Bunch of covers in this record, but it's 2025. Among us record collectors and avid record fans, we've been in this since the internet was available. We all been in this rabbit hole that there's so much shit to explore, and sometimes we guilty as charged as well. We just buy shit just based on the reviews and the historical importance, and sometimes we end up buying things that from a musical standpoint it really doesn't do much to us. If you just listen to the music alone without the context, it's like, oh, whatever. So this is a record that 77 punk fans, I love this shit. I covered Beat on a Brat, Louie, good Guys Don't Wear White. Not amazing, but definitely underrated. I'm talking about punk rock by the Vacants. Yeah, this is definitely want to check it out. Let me turn the record. All right. This is a phenomenal record. I was so obsessed with this record. And the other day on Noisy Beast channel, I saw that he had this record on the wall. I was like, oh my God. God knows how much I love that shit. 1982 from Netherlands. Any hardcore punk rock fans, man. The ones that know, the ones that you don't know. I hope you love these at least a tad as I do. Talking about Vopo's Dead Entertainment. Man. This record, as these guys play at their own beat, at the sound of their own beat. There's like, I don't know if that sounded right, but there's this urgency, repetition on their sound, and that appeals so much to me. It's like, it's one of those things like, when less is more. That's how I would describe this record. Less is more. Like, there's such a simplistic but pungent approach on their sound. Great lyrics. Great fucking lyrics. They do sing in English. Look at this killer back cover. Just amazing. My favorite song, this record, is Commercials. Yeah, check this out. This is way underrated. This is a banger. Another record from 1990 from an institution, a legendary Mexican band, sharing this one. I know people that know this band, they know how amazing this record is. But the reason why I'm sharing this one is because this is a record that if you're not a Spanish speaker, you stick more to the Anglo-Saxon languages. This record might fall under your radar, and if you want to know what a masterpiece of Latino, Central South American punk hardcore is, a record that, in my opinion, defines that to the max, is Seditions in Las Calles, in the streets, by Sedition. This is a ripper, absolutely ripper. Even if, the Latino noisy, fast, hardcore, punky, nihilistic, anti-establishment sound is not your jam, please do yourself a favor and culture yourself with this banger of a record. 1990. Killer record. Well, I do know why this band will always be underrated. It's because it's a band that never tried to keep up with the Jonases. Still play to this day. Vocalist, lead guitar Paul God is a legend. This is an institution of Canadian punk rock. This is a band that is all about. There's so much intelligence behind these lyrics. I love Paul's writing approach, because he writes things that at first hearing are simplistic, but there is so much cultural, historical, political nuances tied into it. It's a band that it's like the songs they seem to me, they are made to put us to test. It's like, let me see what you know. Talking about the almighty Ripcordz. Ripcordz are go. 1989, I believe. 89 and 88. Just, yeah, this is fantastic, man. Just go and listen Elvis Death Cult, and right off the bat, I know the video clip is on YouTube. Right off the bat, you'll be in for a treat. Absolutely love the Ripcordz. Sadly, most of their catalog, it's only on CD, but it is what it is. Another incredible, underrated record. Ridiculous, underrated record. This record is so underrated. So fucking underrated. And I'm not gonna say I'm like this before, better than I like their debut, because if I do that, I will lose all my street cred here. But the Core, Hello World, second album by Africa Core. Absolutely beauty of punk, power pop, rock and roll, garagey. Another record made by two fucking smart dudes that, Jesus. Endless creativity on this bunch right here. This is absolutely a banger, man. Just listen to the song Designs on You. Yeah, this is for me. Their debut is so highly celebrated. I never understood why this one falls through the cracks. I don't think it's that far away from their debut at all. I highly encourage you to check this out. 87, England. A rager. An absolute rager. UK 82. Played by not very accomplished musicians that are fans of the new wave of British heavy metal, but this is rager. You'll melt your fucking brain. And I think there was another one that Maximum Rock and Roll didn't like. I absolutely love this shit. This is phenomenal. my book. This is a record that when you need high energy, you need to be you against the world, you play it ad nauseum. The greatest show on earth. This is absolutely ripper. And we're gonna land inland in Canada, sharing a record that I know the ones that know how phenomenal this record is. But when you're a band with this name and you put out a fucking killer debut, a probably even better follow-up by the third album and fourth and fifth and sixth, some people, they don't even give you a try because they are not expecting greatness at the same level that you achieved with your first two albums. Well, guess what? A band that did, well, there's a lot of bands that did. And actually, I'm going to do a video with bands that have at least 3 killer albums back to back. Forgotten Rebels, Pride and Prejudice, yes. Underrated as fuck. Why nobody shows this killer record? Killer record. Forgotten Rebels, full force, at his best. Absolutely love this shit. 77, pogo punk, humor, non-PC. Matchstick Man. Yeah, it's a killer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for sticking around. Trying to expand. I might do something different here in the video. I just shared a couple posts, seeing if you guys are down to live stream, having any ideas to collaborate. Yeah, want to keep the ball rolling here. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm gonna have to be that guy. You know that in order for things to build up and there will be more engagement and opportunity and also motivation to keep doing this shit, the fucking like and subscribe, it's cool to see. And yeah, that's all. I'll see you guys in a few weeks. I hope you guys are doing well, enjoying your summer, and I'll see you soon. You guys take care. Cheers.